um, during the conversation. Good. Hmm? Good. Oh, so what? That's for YouTube. All right, fellas, y'all ready? It's about to get crazy.
I'm ready to do it.
Where's my breath, thing? Where's that? All right, let's get busy. I don't like it like this. I like it like this better. You get to see us. So if I got an eye booger in my eye, y'all better tell me, because we up close and personal. Don't leave me out there looking crazy and shit.
You good. They
You know,
trust me, they looking at you now.
word. They be like, yo, they'll fucking look at the playback like, yo, that was the eye booger in her eye. Damn it, I knew that was the eye booger. All right, welcome to No Filter Radio. It's your girl Jess Blaze. Tonight, I need to know this a little bit. Tonight, I have a special day, evening, because I invited some gentlemen to join me on my live because I personally do not know what it is um to be black in America. Yes, I may be Hispanic. However, I don't know what it is. I can't even. I could speak on it, but again, I don't know what it is to be like. So I invited these gentlemen to come on with me to speak and tell me, how they feel about everything that's been going on, and just to get their perspective on things. So, fellas, Schooler, how are you?
What up? I'm doing good. How
Let
you doing,
everybody know where
Blake?
you're from.
It's City Grove, North Carolina in the building. You already know what it is. Branch off records live in effect.
Shout out to you. And traffic.
Traffic, Queens, New York City.
Hey.
Y'all know the vibes.
So I've known traffic for too many years. We know each other from the motorcycle world. He's a very stand-up man. He's very honest. Um, he's honest. He's just like me. Schooler, I just met him. However, I was able to interview him, and he's a dope ass dude as well. Very, very intelligent. We've had conversations as well. So I'm just happy to have you guys on right now because I know it's gonna be
Thank
a
you for
dope
the invite.
conversation.
Invite.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. So,
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
so I just want to I have my notes really quickly. I just want to the point of today's show was for me to discuss. That's kind of echoey. Can you lower that? The point of this show tonight was for me to talk about events that were filmed but don't go viral because we all know that something right now is going on right now. There's police brutality going right now as we speak. Somebody, unfortunately, some black man right now is unfortunately getting his ass whooped right now somewhere around the world, and that's the reality of it. That's the unfortunate reality of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of people are like, oh, why this story didn't get a lot of light? Why this one didn't go viral? And I personally feel it's because let's say I'm just like a regular Joe Schmo person with I'm pushing like 200 followers and I got like 15 people following me, and an incident happens, whether it's like with a family member or boyfriend or whatever the case may be, but a situation happens, and then I post a video. A lot of people are not really gonna see it. You know what I mean? And if I don't know what avenues to post it on, again, a lot of people are not going to see it. As opposed to, let's say, you traffic, you have a pretty good following. You're connected with the motorcycle community, along with, you do your film. You know what I mean? So you have a bunch of different ways where if you post something, it's guaranteed to get shared.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Guaranteed. It's hands down. One, because they're like, yo, what the fuck is this? And two, because like they're like, it's traffic that's sharing it, and I trust what he's sharing as well. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's why I feel a lot of these incidents don't go viral. I may be wrong, I don't know, but that's my that's what I feel. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I wanted to talk about what was going on. I was online all night yesterday, and I was looking up and finding out about a lot of incidents. I don't know if you guys heard about the four people that have been hung in
Yeah.
California,
Uh-huh.
and they've all been within like a radius of like 50 miles, I believe, or less
Yeah, it's
from each
crazy.
other,
Hmm.
and they've been hung in
Said
front
it
of
was
one was hung
suicide.
like in front of a city hall building.
Yeah.
Another one was hung by a fire department. Basically, where there's cameras, You know what I'm saying? And in all these incidents, they're claiming that there was no footage of everything, and they're all claiming them to be suicide. How all these people all of a sudden just hanging themselves? Where we're in a point right now where black people are trumping shit. You understand what I'm saying? So why would a black person, male or female, because I don't know if you guys heard about the woman that was found hung as well. This happened, I believe, yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. She was found hung in a tree. So my thing is like, African Americans right now, they're trumping shit. You know what I'm saying? You got power. They got more power than anything right now. So I don't see where a black man who right now he's in a state of power can hang himself.
It's crazy.
I
It's
don't. I,
like a couple of years ago, I had a friend, a close friend I grew up with. That was reported that committed suicide. He was found hung in a tree himself.
oh my God.
And Maryland, a part of Maryland that was a racist town. Now this guy I knew all my life. He was never suicidal. He was very health conscious. He was into working out, exercising, and helping you build your immune system. So when out the blue, they just found him he hung himself. So I really, from that point, this is a few years ago, I found that very fishy. Nobody did no investigation. They talking about
Because
they
he was
found
helping people.
suicide note.
Because he was helping people.
Yo, listen, he still have his Instagram up. You could go to his Instagram page, and he's showing you certain ways you can heal yourself without using medication and things of that nature. So it's like how he just commit suicide, and he wasn't never known he was that type of person.
When he was a man of helping and giving and stuff like that
Yes,
and healing.
yes.
That's what it is that they don't like when and I've been saying this a lot lately, like, and I'm posting this as well. I'm like, educate yourself about the law, and myself, as well. I'm not saying it as if I know the law. I'm currently right now educating myself as much as I can about the law as well. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling people, like, people of color, educate yourself about the law, because once you start banging these motherfuckers with the law, that's when they don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
anytime, somebody like your people there, they put their time and effort into the community and want to, build wealth and build, health is wealth. Man, you build somebody, you make them feel healthy, you make them feel good, and you ain't no telling, what they could do with their life. You know what I mean? And then people see that and they feel threatened by it, so they, people act out. You know what I mean? As far as the investigations and stuff, I mean, Maryland is kind of borderline. As far as the north and the south, with Maryland's more of a northern state. But I would say if it was in North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, and it went down like that, like all these, like you notice all these hangings and stuff is happening, but none of them ain't happening in the South. Nobody don't hear about nothing happening in the South until 2020. Tell me, can anybody name a handful of people that's been hung that ain't been in the South? But now they
Because the
hanging
South
people
is
that's not in the
predominantly
South, right? So now you want to say you hanging people, but now they say it's that it's suicide, and nobody don't know nothing about it. Nobody don't see it.
and it's crazy too, because the way they're finding these people that are hung is like they were beaten before they would, you know what I mean? Like they have like physical bruises on their faces. They have like cords wrapped around their necks.
Hmm.
Basically, pretty much impossible for them to inflict these injuries on them and then be like, all right, I'm gonna just fucking hang myself. Like that just doesn't make any. It doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense at all. It doesn't make sense, and it's unfortunate because you have these families. Actually, I spoke with a woman last year. I'm so sorry, I forgot her son's name, but her son was found hanged also, and that was in Mississippi.
Right.
Hopefully, I get his name before the end of the show. But he was found hung in her backyard. She found him,
Wow.
and his shorts were down to his knees. His hands were bound like this, and he was hung. And they had the nerve to say that he hung himself.
Hey,
So
that's
I hit her up
Mississippi.
and I'm like, because she was like literally like crying for justice, like trying to get somebody like to hear her story. And I'm like, you know, I have a platform. If you want to, share your story on my platform, you're more than welcome to it. Maybe it can reach someone. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I offered it. But I understand during that time she was going through her grieving moments or whatever. So But I don't doubt that she's still fighting for some type of justice right now.
Yeah, like I'm not a conspiracy person. You know what I'm saying? Like
I am.
I'm not a conspiracy person. You know what I'm saying? So I like, it do. I mean, it's strange. It's strange to me. I mean, it's real strange to where it's time for um the black man and the black woman to stand up and fight for, for our youth and fight for our future and everything. And now you're coming up with all these black people wrong and nobody nothing about it. And ain't nobody, as accessible as everybody is to everybody. But for it just to be something that's just happening out the blue, I mean, it's strange, man. It's
Yeah,
just
it really
strange,
is.
and we'll probably never have no answers for it. Nobody will probably get answers for it.
Yeah, and that's the
Because they
sad
feel
part
that they
about
don't. Yeah, because they feel like they don't owe any answers to us. You know what I mean? And it
Yeah,
happens so often. Um, unfortunately, people become so numb to it now. Like we hear about it and it's like, oh wow, that's fucked up. But it's kind of like I expected it, or
yeah, and from living in the South and growing up in the South and having all these runs in with the police and stuff. I mean, it's hard for anybody, whether people know it or not. It's really hard for anybody to do anything without them people not knowing. You know what I'm saying? Where you at all times because that's technology now.
hmm
You know what I mean? You can't move. You can't jump off your porch without somebody knowing that you jumped off your porch if you had your cell phone in your hand.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Then when people go missing, I mean everybody got people that care about them no matter what platform they on or whatever. And then you just get missing like that. Somebody knew something. You know what I mean? Somebody knew something. If you was gonna hang
Yeah,
yourself, so you told somebody like, look, man, I don't know if I could do this. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Or whatever, whatever. But then you just come up missing, you hanging from the tree. In California,
And not
it
only that,
don't
but they don't have a history of like depression. They don't have a history of being antisocial or having suicidal. Like these people are happy, and granted, they say the people that have the biggest smiles usually are suffering from depression. That's a fact.
hmm
But in these situations, I just can't see it happening. And then
and
just
it's
like
all hanging.
simultaneously,
Everything is hanging.
right,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
You're
It's
right.
not.
not like they got shot or like they got beat up or stabbed. Like you're hanging people. Like, and then it just makes you think like, okay, when the fuck were motherfuckers getting hung? Back in the fucking days.
And
And
that
then
and
you
that
have people, you have these white fucking people, these white racist people that they are really stuck in those days and they really like wholeheartedly feel like you guys should not exist. And
Yeah,
it's
right.
amazing that people have this mindset. And I keep telling people racism is not taught. I mean, I'm sorry, racism is taught. You're not born with that shit. You know what I'm
And
saying?
and the harsh reality about it, 20 years from now, it's not gonna be the same. But you ain't
No.
gonna you will never racism will never die completely because I mean
I
I
agree.
mean especially down here in the South, it'll never die completely because for one, you can't change people's mind once people's taught something and they know something, then they feel that's just the way it's supposed to be.
That's
Then
just who
that's
they
just the
are.
way they're gonna be, and that's just where they're
Yeah.
gonna act. You know what I'm saying?
it's,
But
it's been set in stone in their mind for generations.
Exactly. And to
right,
them, it's tradition to act
Yeah.
like that.
Hmm.
Like if
right,
you don't act like that, then you going against the family, you going against
right,
tradition, you
right.
going against what you believe in, and you a
Look,
nigga.
look, and a lot of they don't want to get cut out the wheel. Don't
Yeah.
get cut
Oh
out that wheel.
yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That money will. Exactly. You damn
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But I tell you this, having a son, my son is about to be 18 years old. Since I started allowing him to go outside, like to hang out, which he never really did because he's such a homebody, and I'm thankful for that. But the times when he would go out, I would, as a mother, give him the talk, watch your surroundings, be safe, the whole 9 yards. It was a regular talk that any mother would give, right? But it breaks my heart, and I think about this often, and it breaks my heart to know that there are black women that can't have that regular conversation. Like their conversation has to go more in depth. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See,
It has
like
to be like, all right, if a cop fucking is looking at you, like, don't fucking act erratic or don't be scared because then you're gonna give them the wrong impression that you're up to something or like and don't wear your hoodie when you're going through this part of the neck of the woods or when you're entering the store, when you're going to the grocery store, don't put your hoodie on. Like that shit fucking sucks.
And
People
man,
should not have to fucking live like that. Kids should not have to have a fucking pep talk like that when we're in 2020 and land of the fucking free or whatever the case you want to fucking call it.
and the thing about it is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? But like I tell, I tell my little homeboys, I tell my little partners, you know what I'm saying, when they get in run-ins or whatever, I tell them, I say, look, man, the objective is to get away. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, because you know what I'm saying? Like if you do something wrong, or if you ain't even doing nothing at all, you know what I'm saying? That could end up being your last day. You know what I mean? So get
Yeah.
them, do whatever you gotta do to get the people out your face, man. Getting the people out your face. Once you get the
But then
people
even
out your face, then we can do something different. You know what I'm saying? But getting them people out your face, man. And it's sad that you have to walk around like that. And that's just our reality that we have to live with every day.
the sad reality. I just before I came on, I was actually watching a video of a guy, a black guy. He was with his brother's girlfriend. She gave him a ride to check cash in place. They're literally walking back to their car,
Hmm.
walking back to their car, and this fucking white prick of a cop just starts harassing them. And then next thing you know, they're tackling this guy down to the floor. They punch him dead in his fucking face twice. By the time they pick him up, he got a fucking knot on his head. The kid looked like he was about 19 years old.
Hmm.
It's crazy.
So like the abuse of power is crazy, man. It's insane, and it's sad that it takes for a murder like George Floyd and riots to happen. You know what I'm saying? For these lawmakers to be like, oh, we gotta put a stop to this, and oh, we should ban this, and oh, like this shit has been going on. Like the shit should have stopped from fucking Trayvon Martin and before that.
It should just stop
From
way
fucking
before that.
Rodney King, the shit should have fucking stopped. Let's be fucking,
Right.
if we really want to fucking go back, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because
We go back
back in
further.
Rodney King, when Rodney King happened, we thought that was the worst shit that could ever fucking happen to a human being.
Hmm.
And here we are, what, almost I'm 38, maybe 30 years later, and we're literally seeing something even worse because
Yeah,
this man got killed.
and the thing is, because there's no consequences for it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna kill somebody, you're gonna unjustly kill somebody, you're just gonna go over to the net town and kill somebody else or do something else fucked up to somebody. And that's where where it takes people like you, Blaze, and myself and my man Traffic right there, that platform that don't mind speaking out to the public and let people know, like, where it's gonna end is it's gonna end with us. You know what I'm saying? I hope it don't end with us getting shot or end with us getting killed. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna end with us saying, okay, look, now
I
we
mean,
got our sheriff. You know what I'm saying? Now we got our sheriff that we know that's gonna hold these police accountable. All these people where all this stuff is getting done at, these officials that people's elected in the office, they not holding these police accountable for what they
No,
doing. And
no.
until they get held accountable, just like a child, if you let a child tear up your house every day, he gonna tear that motherfucker up every day. You know what I'm saying? So if you keep
mhm.
letting these police killing these unarmed black men for whatever reason with no consequence, just move over to the next state and take a 50-cent pay cut.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
That's
They
nothing.
basically
basically
don't even
it.
get, they
That's
don't get
That's
basically it.
reprimanded.
nothing.
They just get transferred. That
Yeah, that's
I
nothing.
actually read up on that a lot too. That they a
That's,
lot of officers when they do fucked up shit that they don't get fired. They just
look,
get
Yeah, because
man.
you
transferred.
you don't hear about them no more. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
Yeah,
It's just like
no.
they disappear. They continue their life and they live well.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
after they
like
kill somebody.
my
Look what
partner,
this fucking guy's about to get. He's about to fucking receive what, almost $1 million in fucking pension.
probably.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, they said it. He's about to receive about $1 million in pension, even though he's
Like
gonna be fucking locked up. But
like
his
right
wife is
here,
gonna get that money.
right? Like so, like 2019, January the 1st. Man, one of my little homeboys, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he was a bike rider, you know what I mean? He was bike life, and them boys was on a good run, you know what I mean? They was winning, they was doing good, you know what I'm saying? Police pulled up behind him, threw the lights on him, but he didn't try to block him into his parking spot or nothing like that. So he backed up, and he was trying to leave, and the police shot him twice through the door. You know what I mean? And they justified it, said that he tried to use his car as a weapon when clearly the police was on the side of the car. He couldn't hit that police. He was trying to get away. So my whole thing is, since when is fleeing the law give you the death penalty? Since now. And guess what? Only thing happened was he got transferred to another county. That's his second time that he done something like that to a black man, and now he at another county, and somebody's life is in danger because they still got that man working at a state trooper.
Somebody gonna wind up getting killed. That's
Yeah.
what's next.
I was reading the story that happened back in the early 70s in Jamaica, Queens. I don't got the name. I think his name is Oliver Glover. A 10-year-old boy was with his father. This is in South Jamaica, Queens.
Okay.
And police
What was
thought
his
they
name
was
again? I'm
robbed.
sorry.
Huh?
What was his name again? I'm sorry.
I think it was Oliver Glover, I believe. I know his last name was Glover. He
Okay.
was 10 years old. Got killed by the police. Shot and killed by the police like 4 o'clock in the morning. And got off. And this is in the 70s. So this been going on. The only thing now that we have on our side is media, cameras.
Right.
Is that it?
No,
Yeah,
it's my
that's it,
phone.
cameras. I thought you were
No.
showing me that you pulled it up.
I'm
Yeah.
like this right here.
That's
You know
it,
what I'm saying?
man.
But that's the only thing that's helping the cause a little bit right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, and it's been going on. It's been going on, man. I mean, and it takes a lot. Like it takes a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because for one, we not gonna, no matter what we do, we're not gonna change certain people's minds. But what we can do is get people in power to just hold them accountable. I mean, if people are held accountable for the wrong stuff that they do, then they won't do it, or at least they'll think twice about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You talking about like my brother was in the military for 6 years. If you in the military and you unjustly shoot somebody that's walking around with a motherfucking bomb strapped to their chest, they'll send you to prison for 20 years. But you can sit here and shoot an unarmed black man that just can't got out of school or just got
And
off
go to
work
sleep at night.
and go to, you know what I mean? And you don't go to jail. You just get shipped to the next town. Like how can you govern the military who protecting our safety and not govern the police that we went to school with, that we graduated from high school with, people that's walking around here, you have to go to the same grocery store with them, and then the people that's over there fighting overseas get a harsher treatment than these people out here walking around just because they got a badge and a gun and they get to kill people whenever they feel like it.
Yeah. Yeah. That shit is crazy. The kid's name was Clifford Glover,
Clifford Glover.
and it
See the
happened
story.
April 28th, 1973. Oh, the cops was late. They were acquitted.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's horrible.
And this is right in our backyard that this happened
Yeah,
in
that's
Queens.
yeah.
yeah.
And
I mean,
remember
and it
Sean
happened.
Bell? Remember Sean Bell?
I was there that night.
John Bell, yeah,
Who were you?
I was there that night celebrating
I
my
was
birthday.
I was at work that night when it happened, and I was like, oh shit, because I lived on that side of town
I was
when it happened.
celebrating my birthday that night. Now
Wow.
that strip club, it was a frequent spot I went to. Police used to always run in there,
Yeah.
for prostitution, drug dealing, whatever the case may be. That night was probably the busiest night I ever been in there. There was a lot of people celebrating. Like I celebrated my birthday. Sean Bell was doing his bachelor party there. And when I was leaving around, I'll say like around 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe 1:30, 2 o'clock, the police was across the street from the club by the
Where the
Long
train's
Island
at.
Railroad side.
Yeah.
They was lined up, a whole bunch of plainclothes cops. So I said, oh, they're about to run up in this spot. So I'm like, I'm glad I'm leaving now. I left.
Right.
Now, one of my partners, he didn't make it. So he called me the next day. He was like, yo, my bad, I didn't make it that night, but are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. He like, turn on the news. I turn on the news, I see 50 shots. And
Yeah,
I
that
was
insane.
parked on the same block
Wow.
that he got killed on.
Oh wow.
So I take that personal because that could have been me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You
Definitely.
know what I'm saying? So it's
But
crazy.
that was extremely excessive with
Yeah,
him.
50 shots.
That was
One dude got
fucking
hit 17
uncalled for.
times.
Yeah, that was just too much. That was
17
overkill.
times.
Yeah, that's what you call overkill. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you know what I'm saying? So it's like I said, this has been going on. Honestly, I don't really see it stopping.
It's not.
You know,
It's not because
and
just like Schooler said, like when you have people having these mindsets, these things embedded in their minds, and they're literally raised
yeah,
when they're
once
little.
once
How
you
many
know
times
you
you
could
see? How many times
get
you see
away.
posts on Facebook? How many times you see posts on Facebook, and it's like these little white kids, these sorry to say, but these redneck kids, and they like holding fucking AK-47s, talking about fuck niggas and all this other extra shit. Like they teaching them when they're hella young, when these fucking kids should be watching Barney or something.
Yeah, they learn that shit from young. And like my partner said, like in the South, is big. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's big.
they teaching their kids that, their grandkids that.
So like you gotta like right here in the South. I mean, you talking like so like NASCAR just banned the Confederate flag. Um, and then it's a lot of
Oh,
people.
they did?
Yeah, they banned the
Wow.
Confederate flag from going to NASCAR because that's slavery. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
The, they and a lot of people mad about them tearing down the statues and this and that. My whole thing is they got what they think it one's track minded, of course. You know what I'm saying? But for two, my whole thing is the Confederacy was not the United States of America. The Confederacy was fighting United States of America, which was the Union at the time. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, if y'all stuck in the Confederacy, it don't exist no more. The Confederacy exists in their mind, and they gonna keep that mindset for the rest of their life, and they gonna put that in their kids that a white man is not equal, a black man is not equal to a white man, and that's what the Confederacy is, and that's what it stands for. And it don't matter how you put it or how you look at it. That's all it boils down to.
Hmm. Yeah. I was watching a video with a guy. Charles Barkley actually. He wanted to meet up with the guy who started uh the anti. What is it? Anti-fa? What do they call that shit? Not the anti-left, but what's the other one? The white people. I think it's like anti. I forgot how it's called. It's anti some shit. But he wanted to speak to him and ask him like, why do you think this way? And he was like, yeah, I refuse to be at the same level as a black man. I don't want to be
Right.
treated like a black man. And Charles Barkley's looking at him like, boy, you lost your goddamn mind. Like the point is for all of us to be fucking equal. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody better than nobody. We all pull our fucking pants on the same goddamn way. You might just choose left and I might just choose right. And we all
Yeah.
bleed right. At the end
Right.
of the day.
And they that's just that's the South. Like in Mississippi and in Alabama, either one of y'all ever been in any one of those states before?
No.
Nah.
Let me tell you something. If
Sounds
you
dangerous.
go there, and all you have to do is just ride through there, you know what I mean? If we drove to Texas and we had to stop in Mississippi, man, the energy there is so. My brother, let me tell you something.
You
If
feel it,
you
right?
ever
You don't even
pull up,
belong there, right?
hey, just the crazy part about it was whenever we went, it was signs everywhere we actually went. It was a Hank Williams Jr. parade about to go on that weekend. Man, let me tell you something. When we pulled up there, we stopped there to get gas. We didn't belong there. Them people didn't want us there.
That's
And
crazy.
you could feel that
You can
energy
feel it. I can imagine.
everywhere.
Hmm.
The only thing I could think was either we gonna die out here or we go to jail. We need to get this gas fast as motherfucker pump
Get the
and get the
fuck up out of
fuck
here.
out of this state. Get the hell away from here, son. Yeah, it was crazy, man.
That's insane. That's
It
crazy.
is.
All right, so Rashad Brooks. I'm sure you guys have seen the video. I've seen the video about a bazillion times. Um, his family is obviously upset and they're protesting. I don't know if they're rioting. I don't think they're rioting, but they have been protesting and they want justice and they feel like he shouldn't have been killed. So before I go in with how I feel about the situation, traffic, I want to see or hear rather how you feel about this whole thing. Did you see the video?
Yeah, I seen the video.
Okay.
Um, like I said before, I don't think he should have been shot. Um, it's a tough one. Like I try not to be biased. I just really feel like he shouldn't have been shot. I feel there could have been another way to handle it. But at the same time, we do have to take responsibility for our own actions as far as being intoxicated, especially at a time like this on the street. So it's a hard one to be. I'm not going to put it in the same category as Mr. George Floyd.
No.
I'm not putting it in that category because that to me was just was totally different. But to get shot in your back, it's a hard one. It's a hard one for me to really.
So you don't think it was justified then?
I don't think it was justified to be shot in your back. I seen a video I posted on my page of a white man beating up a cop. a male and a female cop, and they're still in their patrol car.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. I'm like, what the fuck was he on? Like crack
Yeah,
times 10?
exactly. And nothing happened. He didn't get shot at. Nothing.
But I think that also has to do with like just everybody being different.
Of course, yeah, I
And
agree.
everybody's reactions are different. And what I've also been saying a lot, like not all cops are bad. I
Nah,
know
I don't.
I
I'm not
know a
gonna say
lot of
that.
officers. No, I'm not saying that you guys are saying it, but in general, like not all cops are bad. I know personally a lot of cops. I know, detectives, I know lieutenants and shit like that. And I respect them. I respect them because I know that they're not working for a check. I know they don't have any hate filled hearts or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And they're out there to do a job and hopefully make a change in this world, in this community. Who we got? Hey.
Oh, what? Oh, Jesus. What up?
Hey, what's up? Introduce yourself real quick. Maybe supposed to speak freely. Wait. Oh, I hear a lot of backbeat. Hold on.
Oh, big homie. Yeah, I mean,
All right, now you're all back. Okay. So yeah, it's just crazy. So is that you or me? Who's that?
Plane.
Oh, that's a plane.
Yeah.
I need to be on that bitch.
Or a chopper.
Nah, I don't want to be on that shit.
You don't want to be on the chopper.
They're probably gonna I don't want to be on that. So yeah, Schooler, how you feel about it?
Hey, I mean, it was an unjust shooting. I mean, just because somebody get the best of you, that mean you don't get the right to kill them. I mean, it's not like he had a gun here somewhere. You know he didn't have no gun here nowhere. Your life was not in danger, but you was shamed and you felt like a fool that you couldn't comprehend this drunk black man. So he runs away from you and get away from you, and you shoot him in the back. I mean, your job is to get him and take him to jail. Your job is not to kill him and stop him by any means necessary. That's not the law. That's not how policing work. Just because if you let that man, after y'all had him on the ground, both of y'all touching him, y'all couldn't get him, then hey, y'all trained. That man ain't, I'm pretty sure that man ain't trained in nothing. You know what I mean? Probably
Cops need to
smoking
be trained
blunts
a
and
whole lot
drinking
more
beer and
though.
shit. You know what I mean? That man
Yeah.
ain't trained in nothing. Y'all are trained officers. Now he run away from y'all, run him down and catch him, and lock him up, take him to jail. Don't shoot him in the back just to stop him. That's just like my point in Lil B. My whole thing is, so now the message that y'all giving us is to flee and elude is the death is punishable by the death penalty. Since when has that been punishable by the death penalty? No matter how you look at it.
Never supposed to be like that.
That's what I'm saying. No matter, I mean, hey, the man, he was wrong. He done some shit that he shouldn't have done. He should have went to jail. Nobody can argue with the fact that he should have went. I've been watching the news and people say, well, they should have let him go. I mean, well, then you're gonna give a narrative that if you do something wrong, you're not gonna be punished for it for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Nah,
exactly.
that's not the case. That's not how it works. If you wrong, if you do something wrong, you should go to jail, including myself. You know what I mean? And everybody else that have to abide by the law. But to flee and elude is not the death penalty. That's not it. You know what I mean? They knew that the police, they worked them areas, they know them areas, they know the parameters. They knew where was he gonna go? He wasn't in no car. He was running, he was on his feet. I'm pretty sure they could have outran him or ran longer than he do because they probably work out. That man probably didn't work out since he was in high school or some shit.
And he
You
was
know what I mean?
intoxicated. And he was intoxicated.
Right. So my whole thing is just because he made y'all look bad, because y'all two little weak ass officers that can't do y'all job, now you gonna kill the man because you can't get him when you want him. So you
That's
just
a
gonna
valid
take him.
point. That's a
So
valid
now you
point.
just gonna take him because he got away from you. And he was right. I mean, it wasn't like he had disappeared on him. You know what I mean? Y'all still see the man. Run behind him, chase him, call for backup. You cannot run a police officer, but you cannot run that radio dispatch at all. It ain't no matter where you go, where you hide. Unless you could just vanish in the thin air, they gonna catch you. They gonna find you. They gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? And that's their job. But now they telling us, they showing us that our job is you gonna let us take you to jail, and they or your family gonna have to bury your motherfucking ass.
That's not the law.
Okay. So I just want to raise a couple of points because I had to like, from the time that this happened to now, I had to like really, really, really gather my thoughts as far as what I was, gonna say. Like I said before, I know officers that are in the force. I've had conversations with them just to get, you know what I mean, like their perspective and how they felt about the situation. Um, and I questioned them about certain things of, what's law and what's against the law, what cops should do or what they can't do or what they're allowed to do, and so on and so forth. So what I'm gonna start talking about is points. Point number one, he was drunk. They claim he was coming from his daughter's birthday party. So clearly he was with family, right? So my
Right.
thing is, if you know someone is drunk in your family, I mean, I know in my family, if somebody's fucking drunk, guess what? You ain't driving. Your ass either stay in the fucking crib. We gonna send your ass in a cab, or you just, you ain't going. You're not driving. That's what we do. So my thing is like, why didn't the family prevent him from not driving? And I get it. Sometimes we've all drank and we've driven. We're all guilty of that shit. You know what I'm saying? However, shit happens. So, like I said, where was the family to stop him from driving to prevent anything that could have happened, whether it was an encounter with the police or a fucking accident? Because let's say he didn't encounter the police. Let's say he got out of that fucking Wendy's goddamn drive-through. Let's say he started. And I'm a far-fetched thinker. Let's say he starts fucking eating his food like he's drunk. When you're drunk and you start eating, guess what? You get sleepy. So who's to say he would not hit somebody? Right? That's
But
one. Hold on. Before I forget, because I smoke weed now.
right,
No, but who's to say like he could have injured someone else? That's point number one. Point number two, when the cops initially went to and knocked on his window, to try to wake him up, he wasn't waking up. They opened the door, talked to him, he was like mumbling. He was like, incoherent. Finally he sits up. They're like, yo, get out the car. He falls asleep again. He passes out again. And again, when you're drunk, when you're pissy ass drunk, what do you want to do? You want to fucking sleep. You pass out. It happens. And it's kind of hard to wake back up when you're in that state. So they try to wake him up. They wake him back up. They get him out the car. Now, during this whole time, there's no tension. There's no like negative energy. The cop is talking calm. Rashad is talking calm. They're literally having a regular conversation. But if you hear the way Rashad is talking, clearly he's slurring. Clearly you can tell he's drunk. However, they're still having a pretty decent conversation. Cop number two comes now. They start asking him for his ID. Fine, they have his ID. He's telling him where he came from. He's like, let me just walk home. Why didn't they allow him to walk home? I have no idea. Should they have? Yeah. But maybe there was reasons why they didn't. Maybe they had to apprehend him because he was in that state. I don't know. But during that whole time, there was no like physical force or anything. The physical force started when they were about to cuff him and he reached for the taser. Now, upon speaking to my law enforcement friends, once he grabbed that taser, he has a weapon. You know what I'm saying? He has a weapon, and then he ran away, and he shot the freaking taser at the cops. Now, in no way am I trying to justify anything. No, he did not deserve to get killed. Let me make that very, very clear. I did not say, I hope he didn't die. I wish he didn't die. I wish he wasn't even in that fucking drive-thru. You know what I'm saying? But he pointed the taser at them, and he shot at them. Cops' reaction is to shoot back. A lot of people are like, oh, why didn't shoot him in the leg? Why didn't shoot him in the leg? People, when somebody's running, it's kind of hard to aim at the fucking leg.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
It's kind of hard to aim at a leg. I fucking play Call of Duty. I'm a good fucking shooter. And it's hard to aim at a leg. So they're trained to, aim straight. You know what I mean? Shoot to hit. You know what I'm saying? And your target is basically straight through. You're not aiming down. And again, I'm going to repeat it again. In no way am I trying to justify the fact that he was shot and killed. This shit could have been prevented on so many levels. You know, people are like, a lot of people are like, oh, well, they had his ID. Why didn't they walk him home? Because you know what? If they walked him home, they would have to walk every drunk fucking person home. In the state of New York, if I got pulled over and I was drunk, I wouldn't have my car. They would confiscate my car.
Hold on,
They would
y'all. Hold on.
send me to jail, and my license would be suspended for 7 years. You know that?
Yeah.
They didn't even do that with him. They were trying to have a conversation with this man to try to see what was going on, and he snapped. The altercation had when he snapped. You miss a point. The cop had him move the car to the parking spot. That's another thing that I didn't understand. That I asked one of my cop friends. I'm like, if he was drunk, why would you make him get back in the car to make him move the car again? Why would you
Well,
not keep him right there? Call EMS, redirect traffic that's coming on the drive-through, and just wait for fucking EMS. If you feel like you gotta cuff him there.
but look, one thing everybody in this world got in common is everybody hate to lose. Nobody don't like to lose, right?
Hmm.
Nobody likes to lose, and when you lose, you get mad, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So the moment he shot that man, he wasn't acting as a police officer. He was acting as
He
a
took
sore
that bad
loser.
road.
He was
Hmm.
acting as a sore loser. That's not justified. That's not the law. You're not trained to act as a sore loser. You learn and you are trained to act as a police officer at all times, no matter what the situation is. And that's what it was. He was mad. He was upset. He was acting as a sore loser. Now somebody dead behind him.
I couldn't believe that he shot so openly like that when there were people on the drive-through. I don't know if you guys remember the incident that happened where the guy took the UPS truck hostage. Remember on the
Yeah,
highway, and he had the guy
Mm-hmm.
hostage in the UPS truck, and the whole fucking SWAT team came out on the middle of the highway, and they just opened fire, and they wound up killing two people.
yeah.
Two
They lit,
fucking yeah,
they lit the
they
truck up.
lit the whole fucking highway up, and they fucking hit two people. And that when I saw that, I was like, that was the first thing that came to my mind. I'm like, yo, this fucking like, who's to say if he would have not only killed him, but shot another fucking like a civilian, a bystander, and shit like that. Like that was super reckless, super reckless. You know what I'm saying? And this is the carelessness. And and I get it. We don't know what it is to be in that type of situation. Between adrenaline and just everything going on, we would never know what it is to actually be in that type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So we can't fully speak on that as much. But clear as day, it's just carelessness. You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying?
it's just
And I
about
and I was
you got
I'm
to be
sorry,
held
and I was
accountable.
yeah.
You shot him. You should be prosecuted. That's
And I
just
feel
it.
like yeah, and I feel like these cops, they need to be trained more. They need to be trained to be able to take down. Someone commented on my post earlier, and he was like how he was a bouncer and he's walked big ass fucking dudes, literally walked them out just by holding a pressure point in their fucking hand. You got pressure points all over
Yeah.
your body. I could catch you here. I could catch you here. It's so many, like Bruce Lee fucking said it, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many other ways that I feel personally that you can apprehend someone.
I
And,
mean,
and, and if you're law enforcement and they're training you to do this, then you should be trained to take you down no matter how big or small you are.
it's just like that other case with the guy in the supermarket, in the store. He had the baseball bat, and the police shot
Oh
him.
yes, the one I got. Yeah,
Yeah. So it's
that
like
was
I
the
said,
Walmart in the Walmart.
yeah, in the Walmart. I worked part time as a bouncer. I took bats out of people's hands a few times. So when they shot him, I'm like, because he had a bat, and it's two of y'all. I can't justify that one either.
Hmm. It's
They
a
gotta be
Yeah,
shame.
held.
man.
They gotta be held accountable. It's like a
And
gun. It's like an scapegoat. It's an easy way, like for you to solve your issue as an officer.
Hmm.
look, it's just like when you in the streets. When you in the streets, you get in a fight with somebody, and they get the best of you. You know what I mean? Natural instinct of from where I come from. You know what I'm saying? You can go get your strap. You can go handle that business. You know what I'm saying? But you can't put that in society like that. Not as police officers. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not. I mean, that's not the law. You know what I mean? How can you govern your city? How can you govern your town if you got that attitude? You know what I mean? Instead of doing what's right and saying, "Hold up, we got to take this man to jail." Your
That's
whole
it.
thing is like
Your whole
Exactly.
thing is like, he got my taser. He is resisting arrest. He gonna die today.
Mhm.
Ain't justified. They need to be held accountable for it, man.
I don't know how they sleep at night. And even when you
Because
watch
they
these
still get their
videos,
paycheck at the end of the month.
yeah, that too. But like even when you watch these videos after you see these men laying on the ground dead, and they just like walking, just so casually, the same way that this fucker Derek Chavon, the way he just walked off like if he just finished fucking eating a goddamn donut and drinking coffee from Dunkin' Donuts, and he was headed right back into his car,
Because they feel
like
they're
shit like
above the
that
law.
happened, huh?
They feel they're above the law.
Yeah, and they're always gonna feel like that until something
Yeah.
happens. But I'm glad, like as much as this whole situation is bittersweet, a lot of good has been coming out of it. A lot of laws have been changing. A lot of fucking law people, politicians have been fucking resigning. Police officers, captains and shit have been like a lot of people just been like, yo, fuck this shit, I'm out. I'm out.
And I think that was, a big thing. Whenever that police chief or whatever, when she resigned that day, but she
Yeah.
still told the city basically that, look, I'm still here. I'm gonna still be a part of the solution. But if I
Right.
can't fix it, then I'll step down and we'll get somebody in there who can fix it. I'll be right there with them. That's leadership.
Yeah.
That is real leadership right there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it's not happening in so many different towns and so many different states and so many different cities. That should be an example of it.
Hey.
You know what I mean? And then officers need to be held accountable.
Okay, hold
Yeah.
on. I'm bringing somebody else in right now. Hold on. I'm bringing my guy Al in. Hey, what's up, Al?
Hey, what's up, family? How
We
y'all doing?
got traffic and
What's
school
going
in
on,
here,
brother? What's
and
going
I'm
on?
and I'm just Jay
What's up?
Side. How you
Hanging
doing,
in
Al?
there,
You
man.
just
Yo, I really can't stay long. I got stuff going on in the crib, but I just want to shed a little insight, man. I've been a mall cop for a long time, so I willed my flashlight for a long time, so I just want to share some insight with you guys. All right. When it comes to first thing, when it comes to a a person intoxicated in a vehicle, if they're sitting in the driver's seat and the car is running, the officer does not have to see him actually driving, then to arrest him for DUI. Okay, that's one misnomer that a lot of people don't know. So I'm just trying to set some things straight. Second, if the cop, we're talking about this particular situation. When the cop did tell this guy, oh, to drive into the parking spot, you have to understand at that point in time, he's technically not under the influence because the cop didn't deem him under the influence until he might have seen watery eyes, he might have seen uh, slurred speech, but he's still not under at that point. When the second officer came and gave him a breathalyzer, that's when they deemed him under the influence officially. If that makes any sense. So it's okay to tell him pull the
because now
car
you have
over
proof to say
because
that you're under the influence.
you listen, yeah, exactly. So the first cop told him, yo, pull the car into the parking spot. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, I've heard people say also that they should have just walked him home, or they should have driven him home and then pounded his car, or told him, yo, sleep it off. I've heard so many different things. Now, you don't know what jobs the cop has in their queue that's waiting for them to respond to. So to simply say, oh, he should have done this, he should have done that, you don't know what else other people has called 911 for that they're waiting for him to get to. Now, if it's an arrest situation, then those things are secondary. But to say I'm gonna walk him home or drive him home or all that kind of stuff, you call 911 because someone is beating you up. You're not gonna sit there and wait for me to come so I could take someone else home because they chose to be intoxicated. Now, second, when they asked him to put their hands behind his back, they're under arrest. He's under arrest. Then he started fighting. He started resisting arrest. Now, I'm not okay with the listen. Now, I don't feel like being collared. And then it's always resisting arrest. This is fledged straight out. I'm fighting you, resisting arrest. On top of that, he fights in all respect. My man basically beat the two cops up, wrestled the two cops, wrestled away the taser. Now, if I don't know if you guys remember, but just what a few weeks ago, there was a couple, the two college kids and the 5 cops tasered the boyfriend. You remember this? Remember this?
I think so.
Right.
What's that
Georgia,
happening anyway?
the mayor of I believe Atlanta Bottoms, she deemed that the taser is deadly physical force, and then they fired those 5 cops because they say shouldn't have used that taser on the kid. Now, the same mayor now is fired this cop for shooting Brooks because they saying that the taser now is just a taser. Well, you can't have it both ways. It can't be deadly one way but not deadly the other way. You understand what I'm saying? Now,
Like, don't let it apply just to children, not adults.
now once this guy decides to take the taser and run, they didn't shoot him in the back as he's running. You understand? He turned around and tried to fire the taser behind over his shoulder at the police officer. One police officer ducks to the ground. The other police officer returns fire. Under no circumstances, there's no way I say that anyone deserves to die simply because he was intoxicated. He doesn't deserve, like, I'm not making light of this guy losing his life, because guess what? He shouldn't have lost his life. You understand? However, if you take a weapon off the police and then fire that weapon at them, what was the cop supposed to do? Just dodge the taser and return fire with a taser? Like, it's not about feeling bad that he got my taser. It's that now he has a weapon. If he gets away with that weapon, that cop's still gonna get in trouble, because now you don't know what he's gonna do with that taser. Anything that happens after the fact that he got that taser, he does for anybody, that cop is solely responsible. It's not about I feel bad or I feel shame that you got my taser. It's the liability of that guy having the taser, because you don't know what he's gonna do with that taser after the fact. Now, when he turns around and shoots at the police, the cop returns fire. Listen, you have the opportunity to use handcuffs. Go in. If you feel you was pulled over unjust, you can sue. You can do whatever you want to do. I think this guy made several bad decisions. You know what I'm saying? And the first bad decision, and I'm all for black upliftment. I'm all for protesting. I'm all for our people doing better. I'm for equality. I understand all things, and I'm against police brutality in all shapes and forms. But on the flip side of that, I'm not a person that think with the masses. I think I'm a person that I try my best to think objectively. What is the cop supposed, in that specific situation, what is the cop supposed to do after the guy fires his taser at the cop? What is that guy supposed to do? Oh, chase him down, and then what is he supposed to do? And remember, the mayor just said 2 weeks ago that the taser is deadly force. That's why the 5 cops got fired when they tased the boyfriend of those 2 college kids, which I don't believe they should have. Meaning, I don't believe they should have tased that kid. They tased that kid for no reason. So they got what they deserved, in my opinion. So when a cop does something wrong, like this Floyd thing is probably the worst thing I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Me myself, I have been a victim of police brutality. You know what I'm saying? I've been on my knees with it, whatnot. I'm talking about this one particular situation. I was driving home. DTs pull up on the side of me. They ripped me and my friends from the car. I graduated high school. They ripped me and my friends from the car. They had us on our knees in the middle of the street. My mom rented a car for me. Dodge Intrepid, 1996. I'll never forget. They tore this car apart. rent-a-car with the big E on the back of the trunk. Enterprise. And one of the cops had a gun to my eye, and I'm looking up the barrel of this gun, and he's telling me, yo, where I get the car from. And he's cursing, he's getting agitated, and he's mad because I can't tell him where I got the car from. I'm telling him, listen, my mom rented it. I don't know where the car from. My mom lives in Jersey. I live in Jamaica Queens. Well, I lived in Jamaica Queens at that time. So I'm like, I don't know. My mom rented the car. I don't know. They tearing this car up and down. Oh, sorry, guys. They tearing this car up and down, and they obviously didn't find nothing. Because I've been a good kid all my life for the most part, and they just didn't find nothing. They said, okay, here's your ID back, and bounce. That was it. And in '96, cell phones wasn't as prevalent as it is now, so there was no video of it. No, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't know my rights, so I was just there shook, knees clacking. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, dude, if I'd have sneezed, this guy would have shot me. So it didn't make me hate cops. I hated that cop. Yes. It didn't make me hate cops in general. It made me want to do better. It made me want to not allow stuff like that to happen. It made me want to do law enforcement, so those things wouldn't happen. Those couldn't happen around me. Period. Now,
they want to know if you can speak on the rules of engagement. Like, what are the rules of engagement?
As far as what?
I don't know. They didn't specify.
As far as if this particular situation, we tried to cuff this guy. That's what the cops are thinking. He broke out of trying to restrain him. They wrestled on the floor. He wrestled away the taser. At that point in time, he has a weapon. At that point, they still didn't shoot him. He ran. They chased him. They didn't just pull out a gun and start shooting at him. They attempted to chase him. But then he used the weapon, and at that point in time, now the cop is going to say, well, at that point in time, now I'm threatened, so he returned fire. Unfortunate.
I think lack of accountability. People need to understand that accountability needs to be taken. You know what I mean? You know, like you said, a lot of bad decisions were made.
Listen,
and I think if he would have known that if he would have just, you know, with the force, like you said, with everything that they did and what he could have done after, you know what I'm saying? But
I'm
you
not
know,
listen.
again,
I'm not no way.
when you're drunk,
I'm
you're
not
not
sitting
thinking
here
about,
trying
thinking
to
logically.
blame.
You know what I mean?
I'm not trying to sit here try to play the blame game. I'm not saying that he deserved to die. He does not deserve to die. No black man deserves to die for committing infractions. You know what I'm saying? If you should be if you commit a fraction, you should be in front of a court and get your due process. You shouldn't be shot. That's how I feel. You should not.
Could I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Is it okay if they would have shot in the air instead, like a warning shot?
Well, depending on what city you're in, I can't speak for other cities, but warning shots are illegal. You're not allowed. Yeah, you're not allowed to shoot
That
warning
bullet could
shots
fly down
because,
and hit somebody, right?
well, it's not even that. What if a cop shoots a warning shot and then hits somebody in a building or hits somebody? Then that's going to be a problem. So,
Yeah.
so depending on the city in which you live, warning shots are illegal. If you fire a warning shot as a cop, you're getting fired.
Okay.
So I got a question.
Go ahead.
So them police officers, they train, they know what tasers are, they know what tasers do. Correct.
Yes.
Okay. And he had backup, correct?
Correct. His backup
So
is the
whenever
one
he
that
turned
fired. The backup is the one that
so
fired
whenever
his.
So whenever he ran and he turned around and he fired his taser,
Right.
and he was able to turn his shoulders and start back running again from that point, because he hadn't been shot right then. He was able to turn around and fire the taser, and then able to turn around again and get back running.
Let me
Tell me what part of that that officer life in danger.
let me explain something to you. We could sit back and watch a video, and it could seem or appear to be 1 minute could appear to be forever. When you're in the situation, and your adrenaline is pumping. You just fought with this guy. This guy now is running. Now you're running after this guy. Yo, listen, you can't listen. You can't. This is not TV. You understand what I'm saying? You can't sit there and say, "Well, okay, what will you have done?" Put it that way.
I'm not a police. I mean, I'm just asking the question. I mean,
No.
Okay.
Okay.
My question is this: whenever he was shot, tell me when and how did that police officer feel like his life was in grave danger at that moment?
What I can't do is I can't speak for how the police officers felt. I can't do that. You understand? I can only try to imagine, and it doesn't mean I'm right. I can only try to imagine the situation the same way you trying to imagine the situation. I can't tell you what was going through that cop's mind, but what I can say, the narrative is that this was made possibly racial, possibly racial, and these guys just wanted to kill this black man. And guess what? Cops, if a cop does wrong, they need to be held accountable. That's how I feel. However, I just feel like once this guy starts running, he turns over his shoulder and he shoots at the cops. It wasn't much longer after that the cop returned fire. His partner jumped to the floor and then he returned fire. I guess I'm guessing, I'm speculating because I don't know. I can't speak for what that's going through that guy's mind in the moment. But once his partner jumps to the ground, he returns fire. Now, what he was thinking, I can't speak to that. It's speculation. I don't know what's going through his mind. I know that he got fired on and then he returned fire. The process, from the time he seen the guy fire the taser to the time he returned fire, that process, I can't tell you what he was thinking. You know, I can only imagine the way you're trying to imagine.
Well, my whole thing is this. I'm like, look, he knew what weapon he had. That officer knew what weapon he had, because I know a lot of police officers too. And part of police training is you get hit with stun guns. They tase your ass in training, but so you know how they feel with vests on and without vests on. So he knew exactly what weapon he had on him. He knew what weapon he had on him. So by him firing the taser and then being able to turn around, he shot him in the back. As a police officer, you should be trained enough to know, okay, he got his shot off, now let me go kill him. No,
you know, listen. You know, a taser,
because it was
listen,
out there.
Listen, you do know that a taser can fire more than once. You do know that, right? A taser, at the bottom of a taser, there's another cartridge.
Say it again now.
I'm sorry?
No,
it's a lot of static. I can't hardly hear.
Yeah, there's a lot of shuffling. I hear like a staticky shuffle.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
It came on when DJ 6 came on.
Yeah, that's my son. I'm actually gonna play the video so that way we could watch. Huh? No, yeah, that's not him. He just jumped on. His mic is muted too. But I'm gonna play the video so we could watch the video really quickly. Yeah. Huh? Will they be able to hear it? Hold on. You have to turn it in on.
You're wrong. Mute your mic. Mute your mic.
You guys can see that?
Yeah. Yeah, Jeff, I can't stay long. I got something going on in the crib. I can't stay long.
Okay, cool.
Yo, how you pronounce your name? Schooler?
Yeah.
Yo, listen, I respect.
Yeah, holla at me, man.
Yo, listen, I respect you. Listen, I respect you, brother. I respect your opinion, and I'm not here to try to change anybody's opinion. I'm just trying to give you a different perspective. Not that you even have to take it. Just trying to just give you a different way of thinking. And I'm not saying change how you think.
Right.
We need positive brothers to help bring more equality and kill and cease police brutality. So if this is what has to happen, then I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Traffic, you know, I respect you from back in the days till today, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jess,
Yes, sir.
Jess,
You too.
yo, I appreciate you guys for having me on. Listen, keep the good fight up, man. Keep the good fight up. All right, guys.
Thank you, Prez.
All right, peace, bro.
I appreciate you.
Yo, Jess, I gotta run too. My phone about to die, and I gotta get some sleep for work tonight.
Yeah. Get some sleep, man. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you jumping on.
Thank you for having me, bro. Be safe out there, all right?
Anytime.
All right, man. You too, man.
All right.
Now we're gonna play this video real quick. Okay.
We'll find out.
He's gonna make for the other one, but it is.
This one?
I don't know what to check. It's just a crazy situation. It's hard to
It,
Hold on.
it
Hold
is,
on. He
man,
found it.
and
Hold
I understand. Like I understand how everybody feel different. Everybody look at it all kind of different ways. You know what I mean?
Oh, this is the beginning. Okay. See, that's when they first knock. He's passed out. Now, when you're drinking, you pass out. He's told him to pull over and take a nap.
Right.
I don't want to deal with this dude right now. Hey, how much did I drink tonight? Not much? How much is not much? Alright, hey, give me my money real quick. relax in the car. What are you, you here for a visit or what's the, where you visited? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. How long did you pass for?
He said his mother's gravesite. I never heard that.
Okay, I'm sorry. My birthday just passed, and my girlfriend's birthday. Yeah. Alright. We decided to eat Burger King tonight, and this happened. I said, babe, welcome to us. Right. So here's what we're going to talk this off you here for a minute, and then we'll be good to go, okay? Okay. Alright, thank you, sir.
I wish he was with somebody.
Stay in the car, stay right there.
You know?
Yeah.
Right? Some
So,
probably, it probably would have turned out a bit more different or something.
so he was in the right.
Yeah.
Cars on.
He would have actually got to go to jail.
Open the door, shook him, woke up super groggy because, pretty good smell of alcohol beverage coming out of the car. Eyes are watering, glassy, concerns words, wasn't sure where he was. And he told me he had one drink, we said earlier. Tell me, I wasn't here, so can you tell me what happened before we got here?
Mooney, to answer your question, if mute your mic. You saying that the cop only mistake was that the cop was letting him drive to the parking spot. Just like Al said, during that time they did not know he was under the influence until they gave him the breathalyzer, and the breathalyzer showed that he was under the influence. Secondly, you're saying that they should have drove him home. Cops don't do that, because if that was the case, everybody that's drunk will be calling cops like, hey, can you give me a ride home? It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't fucking work that way. If you drink and you drive and you get caught, guess what? You're going to jail. If you drink and you drive and you make it home, guess what? You got fucking lucky. Plain and simple. Ain't no cop. Even the one we were just talking to, he ain't gonna pick my ass up and bring me home. If I call him like, hey, as a friend, yeah, maybe. But I'm not about to call 911 and be like, yeah, so I had a couple of cups of Henny. I'm sitting in my car because I was driving to go get something to eat. But I don't think I could drive anymore. Can y'all come pick me up and take me home? It does not work that way, people. Please get that narrative out your mind that cops can escort intoxicated individuals home, because that's not happening. It's not happening. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but it's just not happening. That's just, it's ridiculously far-fetched. And the reality of it is that that's not protocol, because you're committing a crime. Like I said, in New York, you get bagged drinking and driving, your license gets suspended for 7 years, and you get booked, and your ass is getting taken to fucking jail. And if you get booked on a fucking Friday, you ain't coming out till Monday. Simple.
Yeah, but the objective is to go
That's the
to jail.
reality of it. No, and I'm not justifying what happened. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? There's I'm saying that particular narrative about escorting him home, like, dead that shit, because that shit is never gonna fucking happen.
No.
Not even with a fucking Caucasian man and a Caucasian cop. It's not gonna fucking happen, people. It's not.
Right. And even if somebody was in the car with him, like my man said, like, if people don't know, I thought it was common sense. But if you in the car, even if you don't got the keys, if you sitting in the car drunk and the police pull up on you and they open the door and they say that you drunk under the steering wheel, that's a DUI. You can be in the parking lot chilling, and you go to jail.
Yep. Because you're physically in the driver's seat.
Right.
And that's what people need to understand. That's what I'm talking about as far as the accountability. Just knowing that you're wrong in that sense, because like I said, we've all, I don't know if we all, I know I'm guilty of have driven home under the influence, and I'm here, I'm alive, and I thankfully, who knows what could have happened.
I got a DUI myself.
Well, I never got a DUI, thankfully, but I'm just saying, who knows what could have happened when I was behind that wheel under the influence. I'm incoherent. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not fully there. My reflexes, most of all, are not there. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I mean as far as accountability. I mean it in that sense.
On both parties, man. On both parts. Yeah, he should be accountable for what he done, because you doing something wrong, you should go to jail. You know what I'm saying? And for two, this the thing. Police officers are trained police officers. They go to school, they are trained, they handle situations, they handle things as police officers.
to serve and protect people. That's their job. That's what they're supposed to do.
Mhm.
When they drop the ball, and to me, he dropped the ball in this case, they should be held accountable. Which, so now the next police station or the next police officers that's coming up under them or whatever the case is, they know better that okay, now not do you gotta only physically meet the requirements for being a police officer, but you gotta meet it mentally also, which means you gotta understand to not think as a civilian. If somebody get the best of you and they getting away from you and you can't do your job, you are still a police officer. You don't get the right to say he got away from me, he about to shoot at me with this taser, and he don't get him with the taser or nothing like that. To know that I'm a police officer, I know my life not in danger, so I'm gonna go catch this criminal, not kill him.
Yeah, it's. I think I grew a gray hair.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
it's tough.
it's
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 tough.
it's a very 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 tough situation. It's like I said, most of all, it's an unfortunate death. You know what I'm saying? It's
It's
something
like
that should not happen. It's something like I personally feel like so many other things could have happened to prevent that from happening. You know what I'm saying? My thing
yeah,
is like, all right, if he was intoxicated and if they were having such a calm, cool, and collective conversation, and the cop seemed like he was pretty cool with the way he was talking to him, you know,
right.
my next thing is, damn, if you having this casual conversation with him, hey, can you call somebody to come pick you up?
That's not
You
how it
mind,
works.
no, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, I know it's like hard to believe, but that's my thing. Like, as if I was an officer and if I'm speaking to him the way he was talking to Rashad in a very calm manner, my
Mhm.
next instinct, because at this point, Rashad is not a threat to me. Him and I are just talking. So if I'm an officer of peace and to serve and to protect and to make sure of the well-beings of civilians, I feel like I would just do a good deed and say, hey, can you call someone to pick you up? Because I'm not taking your ass home, obviously.
Well, it's like
But to
this,
get to at least just to give him the opportunity is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? To give that
right?
opportunity of, and it might have, and it would have probably been the first time ever happening. And you know what? That shit would have went fucking viral. That cop would have been
Yeah.
fucking praised. He would have been
Right.
fucking praised for even making that fucking gesture and suggesting that he call a family member or someone that he know. He would have gotten fucking his dick would have gotten sucked by 10 bitches in one time.
But look, this is the thing. What standard do people hold the police to? Do they hold police to standard as being good civilians, as being good Samaritans, or are they supposed to hold them to the standard of being good police officers? That's
Mhm.
the difference. Being a good person, them having that conversation, you can tell that guy he ain't nasty, he ain't no bad person, but he ended up being a bad police officer.
Yeah, his reaction to it.
Right. So that's my whole thing. Like, and that's why they go to school. That's why they train to do what they do. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? So that's the thing. Like, my whole thing is I hold the police to the highest utmost to you know what I mean? When they good, they good. When they wrong, they it's dead wrong. Just like because I seen a lot of my people go down for a lot of years.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? For little stuff that they shouldn't have went down for them years for.
Yep.
But now you may tell me that y'all gonna govern the civilians harder than y'all govern people that's out here supposed to be protecting them. Whenever you in charge, that means you're responsible. If you the chief of police in your town, when bad stuff go on in your city, then you responsible for it. That's on your watch. That's on your
On
time.
your
You
time.
responsible
Yeah.
for that. You gotta hold that. That's on you.
Yep.
And that's my thing. Like they gotta be accountable. They need to be held to a higher standard than drunk people or people that don't know what's going on, or even good people and people that do know what's going on that don't wear a badge.
Mhm. Yeah. But yeah, overall, there needs to be better police training. Um, I feel like I said earlier, they should be trained to have more tactical type takedowns. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, the excessive force is. beyond excessive, as we know. Um, and that's like I said, that's what I was saying earlier. That's what I want to talk about today about some of the incidents that we probably never even heard of. Twitter is a fucking amazing. I'm actually transitioning over to Twitter slowly but
Right.
surely. I'm making my switch and stuff. Twitter has
Mm-hmm.
so much more information. It's unbelievable. Like
Oh yeah.
you see raw footage of a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy. But I wanted to just mention a few of the incidents that's happened within like the last month or maybe 2 months within the United States. So nearly half it says a 15-year-old kid, his name is Ruben Urbina. He was from Northern Virginia, very smart kid. He um he was suffering from depression, like major depression. He tried to kill himself about 2 times. He failed. He called the police. Okay, this is they call this a tragic death that could have been a child saved, and the cops just didn't do what the fuck they should have fucking did. Um, he was going through depression. He called the cops, told the cops that he had a bomb strapped to his chest and he was in front of his house. Told them that he was holding his mother hostage at gunpoint, which he wasn't doing none of that shit. Yeah, he basically called the cops to tell them all these things. He did not have PTSD. At 10 years old, you do not. At 15 years old, you do not have PTSD. Um, he was calling the cops. He called the cops to let them know that he was like basically a threat. You know what I mean? So that way they could
Right.
come. They came to his house. He's in front of his garage with his sister and another family member. They're trying to talk him down because he has like something in his hand. I think a crowbar or some shit like that. And he's trying to hit his sister. Clearly, this kid is not there mentally. Clearly, this kid has a problem. He has a mental issue, right? So in those situations, you have to handle them a little bit different. I don't know if you remember a couple of years ago, the man, black man, who he had a mental condition. He had his arms up like this, and the
Mm-hmm.
cops still opened fire on him. Do you remember that
Yeah.
one? I
Yeah.
forgot what state that was in, but he was. Then they deemed him to literally have a mental illness, and they were like, why did they fucking shoot him up like that when his hands were clearly up? He didn't have nothing in his hands. His hands were clearly up. So this kid, like I said, he was like charging at the police with a crowbar, and they opened fire on him, and they killed him. Not once
Yeah.
did they even attempt to tase him to bring him down. They just immediately, you know what I mean?
And then they probably went
Breonna
home and
Taylor,
ate dinner.
yeah, Breonna Taylor. Cops barged into her house, shot over what I think 20 something times. They hit her with 8 bullets. She was sleeping in her
Mm-hmm.
bed.
Yeah.
And the sad part is that the cops lied on their report and said that the boyfriend shot at them first. They never once mentioned that they barged into her house without announcing themselves. You know what I'm
You ever
saying?
been? You ever been in a police raid?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey.
Unfortunately, yes. When I was managing a lounge and I had gotten ran up by, I felt like the whole goddamn police department. It wasn't a comfortable feeling at all.
Right.
At all.
Right.
I know.
So
Yeah.
so you know what I mean? If they go like when they kick somebody's door and they go in there, man, look, they you know what I mean, it feel like death, you know what I mean? It feel like death to start with, you know what I mean? But then when they get to open up fire up in them people's houses and stuff like that, man, then you kill an innocent person.
Yep.
They I mean whoever was in charge. Okay, this is because I used to play sports. How about this? Okay, if y'all don't want to leave the officers accountable, then
Hmm.
whoever's in charge of them, whenever
Should
they
be held
make these
accountable at least for
mistakes,
something.
they
Yeah.
hold them in charge.
Because they're allowing them to be on the force still.
It, exactly. You know what I mean? But to just sweep it under the rug and let them go to another town, or just to fire them so they lose their job. Nah, that's not it. That's not it. You know what I mean? Let
Hmm.
all these leaders, all these police chiefs and all that, and may hold them accountable for that stuff. If it happened on day watch, if something bad happens with Branch Off Burgers right now, somebody under my camp that do something real fucked up, real bad, that just make my camp look bad and everything, they not gonna be responsible for that. That's
Mm-hmm.
gonna come back
It's
to
gonna
me.
fall on you. Oh yeah,
That's gonna fall on
definitely.
me. Now I gotta
Of
go
course,
fix that.
because you're the leader of
You know
it.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
when did that narrative change that the people's in charge is not in charge unless it's all good?
It seems to only apply when it seems fit for them, I guess.
Ain't nothing we can do about it, man. That's the crazy part.
It really isn't. It really it's horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you got Breonna Taylor. Um, another incident. Oh, David Yaya McAtee. I read about this story and I felt so bad. This man was a giving man. He would like post up on a corner. He would give cops food and people food in the community and all this other extra shit for free. Like he would feed these people for fucking free. And he was basically shot by he was shot as police and National Guard members tried to disperse a large crowd according to the police. So basically he was like an innocent bystander, and they
Innocent
fucking
bystander.
shot him the
Yeah.
fuck up. They shot him the fuck up to basically disperse of a protest. Why the fuck are you shooting in a protest anyway? The fuck? Why are you shooting in a protest?
That's what they do.
And oh yeah, and they said that they left his body on the street for like 12 hours, like for over like fucking 5 hours and shit. That's insane.
And I bet you that police officer's still at work right now. He just took somebody to jail 10 minutes ago. I bet you.
Yeah, it's nuts. In Atlanta, I don't know if you heard about the 6 police that pulled out that guy and his girlfriend out their car, and he tased the guy. That shit was
Yeah.
crazy. They all got fired. Those 6 officers got
Yeah.
fired.
Yeah. Because that they for
That
nothing.
was nuts.
They
When I saw
profiled
that
them.
shit, I was like, what
They
the fuck? I was like,
profiled
why are
them.
you even bothering these people?
They profiled them. They profiled them. They
Hell
thought
yeah,
there was
profile the
somebody that
fuck
they
out of
wasn't,
him.
and they profiled
Mm-hmm.
them. But you know,
Atlanta, Georgia again. A girl by the name of Amber Jackson. And I saw this video too, which was fucking nuts. She was a slim girl, very, very skinny. Like she had to be maybe about 100 pounds wet. Um, she was pulled out of her car and slammed by cops. They broke her fucking collarbone. You know those cement dividers that they put like on the highways?
yeah,
You know what I'm talking about? Like they look like
yeah,
big giant you know how sometimes they have them on the streets at times, like to block off
mm,
or whatever? He
right,
slammed her into that shit. Yo, all you see is her body like this, like fucking Gumby. Remember Gumby, the green fucking guy?
yeah,
Yo,
yeah,
she was like this. That was my shit. I love that cartoon.
yeah, man.
Take me
It just
back.
gotta be. It just gotta be like
It's
somebody
crazy.
got to be able to hold these people accountable for what they do, man.
Hmm.
And if it ain't no consequences for their actions, then you know the harsh
Yep.
reality of it is it ain't gonna never stop.
I read that fighting anti-black racism doesn't begin and end with addressing police brutality. It says that they haven't even hit the health system, the education system, gentrification and city planning, pay gaps, workplace culture, and more, which I feel is so very true because it's not just about police brutality if you're trying to go on Black Lives Matter because there's so many
Right,
injustices. There's so many injustices and so many things in the workplace. You could be mistreated
and
at the
another
workplace
thing,
simply because you're a black man.
and I was having a conversation with one of my partners the other day that as the black community, I feel like it's got to be a lot of changes, and I feel like it's gonna be a lot better. You know what I mean? I think people gonna be in better financial situations, better economic situations, and stuff like that. But at the time, my thing is with him is like people gotta be able to accept the responsibility. Like
Hmm.
once you get that responsibility and you get that power, and we get to where we want to be, where we
Use it
do get the
accordingly.
equal rights, and you know what I mean, then we
Hmm.
have to accept the responsibility and be
Hmm.
responsible for it and handle it in a way that's beneficial to to what we're trying to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't just
You can't
don't
be
go to war.
counterproductive
Right. Like don't go to war and fight this fight and then win the fight and then just
and
completely
then go
just
back to the same fucking shit that you were doing before. Yeah,
right.
exactly.
You know
You
what I
gotta
mean?
rise. People, they gotta know that they have to rise above that. You have to have a whole different mindset. You have to think smarter. You have to
Right,
think
right,
more logical and shit. Like,
right. And
and
the circumstances that like I grew up in, or whoever grew up in,
mhm.
they make the circumstances that our children gonna have to grow up in. You know what I mean? So we gotta make it. We gotta make the change so they don't see it. They don't know nothing about it. They gonna hear about it, of course. You know what I
It's
mean?
bad enough they're
But don't.
seeing this shit right now and they're living through it right now. These kids should not have to
Right,
be living it. Listen, what pisses me off is that social media is so free. You got kids that are fucking 9, 10 years old with goddamn iPhone 10s, rolling around with $1,000 phones, which I'm totally against that shit because I don't think a
right.
kid needs to be holding or rocking or walking around with no goddamn $1,000 phone. Get them a play school fucking phone. Get them a prepaid phone. No, really, get them a fucking prepaid phone. I had a prepaid phone when I was 16. Are you kidding me? My parents wasn't trying to pay for no goddamn monthly bill. They was like, pay your own shit.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. But my thing is, it's unfortunate that with social media being so free and so accessible, whether they have a phone or not, because they have computers, they have tablets and stuff like that, and their parents allow them to use their electronics, it's unfortunate that these kids, at a click of a button, that they can see these things because these kids are smart
Oh yeah.
and they see
Oh yeah.
what's trending. They see what's trending, and they're gonna get curious and be like, "Oh, what's that?" And oh, that's that. And it's super unfortunate that they have to see. I asked my son, I'm like, "How do you feel about this? Like, you just saw a murder happen. We just saw a murder. We literally
Mm-hmm.
just saw a murder. How does that make you
Yeah.
feel?" We don't talk to our kids. A lot of people. Well, I talk to my kid, but people don't talk to their children to find out like how they're feeling. They
Yeah.
may not think that they're affected, but they are. It's bad enough that these kids have been quarantined for 3 fucking months. It's bad enough that these kids are missing out on a lot of things. My son is
Mm-hmm.
missing out on a graduation, a prom, a senior trip, and all that other good stuff. They should not have to be going through this type of life or experiencing this shit for that matter in 2020 to still be
Yeah.
experiencing racism. Come on,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
that's
And
crazy.
so it's time for it. It's time for a change. It's time for
Yeah,
something to change. You know what I mean? And
it's gonna take
however it
time.
come about. And yeah, and everybody got to do their part. Everybody's
Yes,
in this thing together. On the
yes,
right side, the wrong side, the left
yes.
side, upside, downside.
Mhm.
Everybody's a part of this, and everybody got
Yeah,
to do their part. You know
yeah.
what I mean? And that's
Educate
the
yourself.
only way.
I tell people, get in contact with your local officials, your government
Right.
officials. Get on their ass if you have to start signing petitions. I'm gonna contact my local officials. I have a community board right down the block from me. I'm gonna see how I can get involved because it takes one person,
Right.
you know,
And you
to,
have
to,
to, and
to
you
start
also have to.
formulating and for other people to be like, oh, you know what? If she could do that, all right, I can do that shit over here in my town.
Right. And
You know
and the
what I'm
thing,
saying?
like, and you have to do what like right now you got a platform that your platform is could end up being so powerful, not only in your community but in my community. You know what I mean? So that people can have listen to our conversation and take it from my perspective, your perspective, the other
Mhm.
two fellas that was here take it from their perspective, and
Mhm.
then take it like, man, that's good. That now we hear it from other perspectives. So now we don't think one way. We don't think what the neighborhood think anymore. Now we can make up our own mind and go about things our own way. You know what I mean? So in
Yeah.
my case, I do entertainment. Like I'm in the music business. So my thing is that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do interviews. I'm gonna make music. I'm gonna shoot videos. That's what I do. I'm in the entertainment business. I can't go be a politician. I don't know nothing about that. You know what I mean?
Word.
I can't go do that stuff. You know what I mean? So that's not my part. That's not my stuff.
Right.
This is my stuff.
But you can
You know what I mean?
assist in
So
it by just being supportive and being where you
right,
need to
right,
be at
and
whatever
getting
time and stuff like that. Yeah. As long
and
as you're
and letting people
proactive, I feel.
right and letting people understand how important it is to vote. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? To get your vote
Yeah.
in. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And don't just sit on the sideline, because when you sitting on the sideline, don't complain about nothing. Don't say nothing about nothing. Don't conversate with nobody about nothing. Don't say, just sit on the sideline, because all that stuff right there that you sat on the sideline and watched whoever won this and whoever won that you don't have nothing to part to do with it, then it's spilling over into people's living rooms. And now, when it's too late, it's too late.
Yeah, it's true. It's crazy, man. I just can't believe that we're in this time right now. We
I
thought,
believe.
back in the 90s, I was anticipating hitting 2000, the year 2000, like, oh shit. And then, we hit 2000 and like, oh, okay, we survived what, the Y2K? Remember the Y2K bug?
Y2K, yeah. Oh
We
yeah.
don't we survived the
Yeah. When
Y2K
everybody was
bug. Everybody was in a
yeah.
fucking
Oh yeah.
frenzy and shit.
Yeah. Oh
So we
yeah.
survived the Y2K bug, you know what I'm saying? And then here we are, like literally 20 years later.
Right.
And it's like so much is going on. So much has not changed. So much has gotten worse.
Yeah.
And like I said, with
And
George Floyd's death, his murder, it shook up and it woke a lot of people up. It got
yeah.
people to the breaking points where they're like, this is enough. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate that it has to take that to happen. But that's where the bittersweet comes in. You know what I'm saying? Because now people are
Yeah.
like, no fucks given. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They're gonna
Right.
show. They're showing their pain. They're showing their pain. They're showing their hurt. They're showing the oppression that they've been going through for over 425 years.
Right.
They're mad. And not only that, but I feel
Damn
like
right.
they're also expressing their anger of just being a typical black man, not typical, but a black man that you have
Yeah.
to wonder when you step the fuck outside, like, am I gonna have a fucking bad encounter? That's a fucked up mindset, yo. I can't fathom. It breaks my fucking heart. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
you understand. Like, it truly breaks my heart to know, my husband is a black man and that he probably has that in his mind when he's walking out the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Yeah.
foul. Like, no human being should have that unsettling feeling when we live in a fucking free world.
And you have the right to resist. Like you don't have to let them just take you to jail.
Right. Yeah, but
It's
that's
not
but that's
right.
where
It's
but
wrong.
that's where that's
It's
where not
wrong.
knowing the law comes in. When you don't know your rights, you adhere to
Right.
whatever they do and say. And you lose
Right.
all rights once you start like, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. When in other words you could be like, no, I don't gotta give you that information. No, you don't got a right to ask me that. We have rights for a reason, and we can
Yeah.
exercise our rights. But if you're not knowledgeable, if you're not educated, and you don't know what rights you can execute at whatever time, you're gonna be forever fucked whenever you encounter a cop or whenever you get into
Yeah.
whatever situation. And that's just the truth. That's why I encourage people, just educate yourself. The information is out there. We're on our
It
phones.
is.
We're on our phones so much. We're on social media so much. Invest a little bit of time
Mm-hmm.
to just educate yourself for something that will benefit you and benefit your children in the long run. Benefit people that you know that may not even be educated as well. But people are just not, being smart ain't cool. Reading ain't cool.
Yeah. I'm learning that, man. I've been
I love
studying
reading. I
and
read every
studying and
day. I read
studying,
so
reading
much.
every day.
Yo,
Mm-hmm.
I read so much, like my brain fucking hurts because I have to like tell myself, all right, that's it, time out, do something else, like, you know what I mean? Because I read because I want to soak up as much as I possibly can. Yes, there are
Knowledge is
instances
power.
where I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, correct me. And if you're correcting me with factual information, then I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
that's how we learn and that's how we grow amongst each other. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
It's
That's the
just
truth.
crazy, man. The situation is sad. It's unfortunate. I sympathize for the families. I really do.
Yeah.
I don't know. These celebrities, everybody's talking about celebrities. Forget about the celebrities. This is not about celebrities right now. It's about
No.
people. It's about the people who are fighting. It's about people, about civilians, people who are not in a motherfucking $1 million tax bracket. These are not
Mm-hmm.
motherfuckers that live in Beverly Hills that they could still go to sleep peacefully at night because they're equipped with fucking security or whatever the case may be. So,
Mm-hmm.
with all due respect, but fuck the fucking celebrities right now.
Yeah.
I'm tired of people like,
All
oh, so
facts.
I'm
All
tired of
facts.
people being like, oh, where's Jay-Z? Oh, where's this guy? Where's this guy? Fuck, don't worry about that shit. Worry about the fight that we're having, that we're doing, because even if they show up to one fucking march, that's the only fucking march they're gonna ever show up to, even if they decide to do that shit.
But there's some people. I mean, there's some people out here. I mean, there's some. I mean,
No,
there's
no, no.
some. I
There's
mean,
definitely some artists that out there
it's
doing
some.
some.
It's some.
No,
I
yeah,
mean, but for the main part to say that because they got all that money, that's gonna change something. That's not gonna change. Because look,
it's not.
they black
It's not.
ass ain't
Because
exempt
if
from
that was the
this
case, it
either.
would have changed a long time ago.
Right? Let's put it
It
like
would have
this.
changed where Pac got shot.
Right. Two unsolved murders. You know what I'm saying?
Hello. You know what I'm
Like
saying?
now, my whole thing is like they talking about celebrities. let Steph Curry get his ass out here and just come to my town or come whatever. Just he ain't Steph Curry that day. You know what I mean?
Oh
He
yeah.
just an ordinary black man one day. You know what I mean? And that
Subjected
shit
to
happened to
anything at
him.
that given time too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So all that celebrity stuff,
That shit
that's
don't hold
good
no
where it's
weight.
at.
Yeah, but it
That's
holds
good
no
where it's
weight.
at. You know what I mean? Leave that where it's at. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? We out here in the field. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
We out here in the
exactly. And
field.
that's
And
what
that's
people
where
need
it's
to
going.
understand. Yep.
Right.
That's exactly what
Definitely.
people need to understand. Because at the end of the day, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of artists that are out there, like Kendrick Lamar
Right.
and
Mm-hmm.
there's a bunch of artists out there that are actually doing and playing a part of
A lot of good. Yeah.
protesting and whatnot. And at the end of the day, you don't take that away from them, but let's not lose sight of who's actually out there on the forefront, who's actually there, like tooth and nail, like they're there every single
Yeah.
day, like they're clocking into fucking work.
Mm-hmm.
Like this shit has become the new norm to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's fucking
Yeah.
nuts.
So my brother lives there. So you see they took over the police station there in Seattle.
Mhm.
Well, my brother lives there. And yeah, my brother
Did he
lives
set it
there.
on fire? Nah.
Hey, nah,
Did
nah,
he light the paper? Nah.
nah. My brother, and something that he told me that I didn't know that there's actually a festival there every year, this time of the year.
Oh
So you
really?
got the protesters mixed in there with the festival.
The
It's
festival.
good, yeah. So it looks really, really crazy, and that's why it's so peaceful because that's really something that they do every year. But then you got the protesters mixing with it, so it's twice as big, and it's getting
Yeah.
so much more media coverage.
Yeah. Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know we could talk about this shit for like days and days and days, and we're gonna
Yeah.
continue this because I'm gonna have this conversation again tomorrow because I have a couple of people that asked me if they could jump on tomorrow because they wanted to share
Right.
their
I'm
piece.
gonna be
So,
tuned in, man.
so yeah, if you want to jump on tomorrow too, you can jump on as well. But I
Right.
appreciate
I got.
you.
Yep. Definitely.
I appreciate your input and everything you had to say. Thank you for taking the time out to hang with me and share what you had to say. I respect everything that you say. You know, whether we agree to disagree or just agree to agree, it don't matter. It doesn't
Right.
take away the person that you are, or like that's another thing that people need to understand. Like, it's okay to agree to disagree.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
It's
Definitely.
okay. Like, I'm gonna
And
still say what's
if
up to
you
you
ain't
tomorrow,
right, and if you're not able to
just like I
have a
stop smoking
conversation,
cigarettes.
right. That's another topic. That's another
I ain't
discussion.
forget. I ain't forget that. I'm gonna have a whole goddamn show dedicated to you. We're gonna be like chanting like this. Stop smoking.
Right. Right.
You'll thank me later. Don't worry.
Right. You right.
Nah, but yeah. So
Uh,
yeah. If anything, if you want to jump on tomorrow, because I do enjoy what you have to say. You are very knowledgeable, and you raise a lot of points as well. So you know what I'm saying. Let me know.
right.
And we'll take it from there. But thank you so much again. I really appreciate you. Tell everybody how they can find you too, real quick.
All right, yeah. Hey, follow the Facebook page at Branch Off Records LLC. Follow us on Instagram at Branch Off Records. Follow my artist page on Facebook at School of Schooler, like y'all see it printed right there at the bottom. And follow me on Instagram at Old School 23. And on Twitter at School of Schooler 4.
Listen, just Google Schooler.
Yeah.
It'll pop right up.
Oh yeah.
That's what I
Yep.
tell people
It's
because
all
I be
there.
getting tired of. I get tired of like, and you can find me on Just Blaze at Twitter, and you can find me on Just Blaze at Instagram. See, that's the good part, and that's another thing I'm gonna raise. I'm gonna raise that point that I used to always raise when I have my interviews with artists, because sometimes there will be artists that would come on my show and I would interview them, and when I'm like, tell everybody they can find you, and they're like, yeah, so you can find me on my Instagram at Billy Bob. You can find me on my Twitter
Right.
on That Shit Is Bob. And you can find me on Facebook on I don't know if that's Bob. And I'm like,
Right.
I'm
That's
like, I'm
that's
not
one
gonna. I
too.
tell them straight up. No, I tell them straight up. I'm not gonna search for you. I'm not searching all those three goddamn names. That's too much. One name is all you
Yeah.
need. Like, why you got so many aliases? Who you hiding from?
Who you hiding from?
What, the federales
Right.
is after you? You gotta have different aliases and shit. Like, what's up?
I know that's
So,
right.
So yeah, I appreciate you for having one freaking handle for all your social medias because that's how it should be, people. FYI, 2020, if you don't have one handle for all your social medias, please get your life right. And I hope you bang your pinky toe in the morning, in the middle of the night,
Right.
so you can snap out of it.
That's what's up, Blaze. I appreciate you for having me on.
Yes, man, you already know. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, peace.
All right, later. All right, that was Schooler. So I want to shout out the guys that came on. Shout out to Traffic. Shout out to Prez. Shout out to Schooler. That's it, right? Yeah, I think so. Shout out to them for jumping on and sharing their part, their piece on what's going on and stuff like that. I really appreciate their input. I am gonna have this discussion again tomorrow. As I said, I was asked by a couple of gentlemen if I can continue this conversation. They just weren't available because they were at work right now. But thank you to all my viewers, all my listeners. I appreciate you. Thank you for everybody who commented and shared their opinions, whether wrong or right. Everybody has an opinion because they're like assholes. We all have them. But same time, same place next week. Y'all already know what it is. Just Blaze. Make sure you follow me on all social medias. No Filter Radio LLC on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, and also make sure you follow me right there. Just Blaze Official on all social media platforms as well. Thank you. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Wash your hands. And this is life. Enjoy it as best as you can. Tell your family you love them, and stay safe, people. Peace.